Welcome everybody. This is lockdown number 3. So we're going to, I'm going to do one yoga session, video session per week. It'll either be a gentle flow, gentle yoga flow as it's what it's going to be like today. And some weeks might be a bit more of a dynamic flow. But today is going to be a gentle yoga flow to reset, to decompress and de-stress. Because we all need a bit of that. So I'm just inviting you to take half an hour, because I'm just going to do, it's going to be half an hour, just over half an hour of stretching, gentle flowing yoga. Just to ease into this lockdown lunacy. I'm slightly different configuration to the summer lockdown videos because I've moved all the furniture around. This is where the Christmas tree was. So now I've got this little corner here to do some videos. I hope you are all well. I know that I saw a lot of you before Christmas, before we went into lockdown. It was really nice to see you all back after the summer break and after the summer lockdown. Thank you again, once again, thank you for your support during lockdown and into the hall as always. Big gratitude. So these videos I'm going to do are going to be just literally from start to finish stretching. There'll be a bit of shavasana at the end just to relax into, but I'm not going to do the whole mindful meditation at the end. I'm going to let you, when the video stops, just invite you just to stay in shavasana, into relaxation, and just, if you want to ask me to send you a recording of mindful meditation flow, then I can, because I can make up some more videos for that, or sound recordings for that. But let's just let's begin. So this is accessible to everybody, this yoga flow, because it's quite a gentle one. So we're going to sit on the long edge of our mats, and we're going to sit tall with our spine, really reach up through the spine. Now you can either cross your legs, or if you find it uncomfortable to stay cross-legged, you can unfold your legs. You can have them half crossed, or one, or if you want to make it more challenging, you can go into half lotus or into full lotus if you want to. It's really up to you. You can stop the video whenever you want to and go and have a cup of tea. This is the joy of being able to do this at home, and stopping and starting Bridget on your video, on your iPad or telly or wherever you are. Slightly different haircut from the summer videos. Shorter, although it's getting long, so watch it grow with humour, please, because it will bush out into a bit more of a sort of microphone look. Interesting. Anyway, watch with glee as I pin it back with various things. Anyway, I digress. So let's begin with the stretches. So as we begin any practice, it's just standing or sitting with our tall backs, lengthening up through the spine. You can close your eyes if you want to at this point, taking your hands onto your knees, relaxing them on your knees or down by your feet, or even on the floor, wherever is comfortable for you, just so that you can relax your shoulders down. Try to slide them back and down, pushing the chest forward and elevating up through the spine. If you want to sit with your back against the wall or against the sofa, then that's absolutely fine, just so that you can keep a nice straight back. So sitting there with a nice long back, making sure that the neck is long. You just tuck your chin in slightly. We're going to just take a 5 nice deep long breaths. So take a lovely big inhale, filling the lungs up, and slowly exhale through your mouth. Purse the lips and let the breath come out slowly. And again, inhale and exhale. 3 more in your own time, and as you inhale, just really fill the lungs up. Feel the breath coming in, cleansing, and exhaling all of the discomfort, the tensions out. 2 more. Inhale again, filling the lungs up. Really feel the breath entering your nostrils, entering your body, and exhale. Good. Last one. Deep breath in. And exhale out. Good. Just keeping the eyes closed. As we bring ourselves into our center, just listen to your breath, your natural inhalation, your exhalation. Breathing in, breathing out, listening to your breath, feeling your breath, and almost visualizing your breath coming in, emanating this lovely swirling light around your body, and exhaling any discomfort or tensions out. Inhaling the prana, exhaling the apana. So now you can either take open your eyes or keep your eyes closed, whichever you fancy, because we're just going to sweep our arms up. So from our hands on the knees, we're just going to open up our hands, palms facing to the ceiling, and we're just going to sweep up to the ceiling, fingertips to the ceiling, taking your hands together, and as you exhale, bring them down to your heart space. Bring it down to your heart. Good. We're going to open up on the inhale. Inhale, sweeping up, taking the shoulders back, sweeping up to the top, palms together, taking it down on the exhale. Good. And again, inhale, sweep, shoulders back, sweeping the arms back and up. You can look up if you like at the palms. Exhale, take it down. 2 more. Inhale, sweeping the arms out, really opening the chest up, taking your chest, looking up to the sky, taking the hands down on the exhale. 1 more. Inhale, open the chest up, arms wide and back, sweeping up, looking up, palms together, take it down to your chest. Good. Make sure that the shoulders are back and down, keep the palms together at your chest, push the palms together, so you really start to feel it down through your shoulders into your arms. Sides of your chest you might feel it, keep the back straight. Keep the breathing going. Good. 1 more breath there. Keep the tummy engaged, the core engaged. Good. Release the hands down. So we're just going to take a bit of a flow through the spine, open up the sides of our torso, and flow through and stretch through the torso. So let's start with the right hand, taking it down. We're going to flow from side to side and then leave it down on one side and then take it to the other side for a few more breaths. So let's just take it down to the right. So the right hand is going down, the left arm is up and over. Really reach over, and then we're coming back in a flowing movement. Left hand down, right hand up and over. Make sure that the chest is forward and that you're not leaning down. Coming back, flowing the arms over, nice flowing movement. As you inhale up, take it down on the exhale and over. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, take the arm over. And again, inhale up. Exhale over. Keeping the back straight, the chest push forward. Keeping it going, moving nice and slowly. Feeling the stretch and the ribs opening on one side and then the other. Good. 1 more on this side. 1 more on the other side. And then we're going to go back down to the right, taking the hand down, the left arm up and over, and we're just going to leave it there for a few breaths. So keep the chest pushed forward, keep both buttocks on the floor. Really imagine the fingertips being pulled that way. So you start to feel a nice deep stretch through the ribs, into the ribs, opening the ribs up through, down through the side of the torso. If you want to take it deeper, you can take your hand out further, bend the elbow, ease yourself down a bit more. Feeling the stretch. Try not to lift up the buttock, keep the buttock firmly planted on the mat. Holding it there, good. Another couple of breaths. Try not to snatch the breath, try to make the breath nice and regular and smooth. Good, coming back up, taking it down to the left this time. Left hand down, right arm up and over. If that's enough for you, then stay there. Take the stretch, breathe into that side of your torso. If you want a little extra, take the arm out a bit further, bend the elbow. You can even go down onto your forearm, but again, making sure that the buttock stays on the mat. Good. Good, keep breathing. Another couple of breaths. Really feel the stretch down through the torso. Really engage with that stretch, breathe into it. Good, breathe in, coming up on the breath out. So take your hands back down onto your knees. We're just going to do, concentrate on the neck and the shoulders still. So just keeping the nice, the neck long and the back nice and straight, standing up, sitting tall. You're sitting on your sit bone so you can kick the tailbone out. If at any point you feel uncomfortable, you can grab a cushion, stick a cushion under you, or again you go against a wall or a chair or sofa. You're in your own home, you can do what you want. You can go and press pause. I don't like this. Okay, so keeping your hands on your knees, nice straight back. I'm going to take your chin to your chest. So taking your chin down towards your chest, holding it there, keeping the back straight and the chest pushed forward. We're now going to take the chin over to your left shoulder. So you're keeping your chin down but taking it over to your left shoulder. Good, bring it back to centre, then taking it over to your right shoulder, left shoulder, oh, the other shoulder. I think I did it wrong. Nothing changes. Good, you're bringing it back to centre and up. This time we're taking the left ear to the left shoulder, so taking it down, making sure both shoulders are down and you're not following through with the right shoulder. Making sure the back stays straight. Good, back, up, and then over to the other side. Right ear to right shoulder. Good, back up to centre. Now we're just going to take it slightly backwards, so tilt your head back, so you're looking up at the ceiling, stretching down through the front of the neck. Again, keeping your chest, really opening up the chest, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Feeling it down through the back if you can. Good, bringing it back to centre. We're just going to breathe in, open up the chest. Really take your arms back as far as they can, squeezing the shoulder blades, opening the chest. Nice, two nice big breaths here. Good, we're then going to hug ourselves. So we're going to really take our arms in. We're going to start with the left arm on top of the right. There we go. And just hugging. See if you can hug as far in as possible. So holding onto the shoulders if you can and hug. Now, we can adjust this. If this is enough for you, then you can stay there. It's just opening the shoulder blades up and making, you know, stretching out the neck. So we can adjust this if you want to. You can make a, you know, slight adjustment so you can take your chin down to your chest. A little bit of a stretch down through the neck. You can also do the whole ear to left neck. No, left shoulder. And then the right ear to right shoulder. Good, bringing it back to centre. We're going to open up again. So taking the arms nice and wide and back. Push the chest forward, really engage the core, taking 2 breaths here, nice and wide. And then again, we're going to do the other side. So the right arm is going above the left arm. Hugging, taking the chin down if you want to. And then coming back to centre, taking your left ear to left shoulder. And then the right ear to right shoulder. Slightly different stretch. Well, same stretch, but slightly different outcome. Again, we're going to come back open. Opening nice and wide. Squeezing the shoulder blades together, making sure the shoulders are down and not up. Good. This time we're going to bring our hands together into prayer position in front of our face. You might have moved. So what we're going to do here, keeping our hands in front of our face, bring the shoulders together. Again, you're feeling the stretch, the back of the shoulders. So keeping the back nice and straight, because if you slump, it's a different type of movement, it's a different type of stretch. So if that's enough for you, you can stay there. If you want a little extra, you can take it up and you can move it down. You can keep moving it up and down, feeling the stretch through your shoulders into your neck. Good. Then we're taking it into cactus, so really opening again up, making sure that the elbows are relatively at the same height as your shoulders. Really squeezing the shoulder blades together. Again, when you're like this, you tend to want to curve the spine at the back. Really really sit tall, engaging the core. Good. Bringing your hands down and just relaxing them there. Okay, so we're now going to face the short edge of the mat into all fours. So manoeuvre yourself around to come onto all fours. Okay, so as I always say, making sure that the knees are under the hips and the wrists are under the shoulders. And we'll just do a little bit of a wiggle from side to side. I'll do it like this because you can then see what's going on. So side to side, just really wiggling, keeping the knees and the hands where they are, wiggling the hips, having some movement in the hips. You can go as far down as you can, really take it down, but making sure that your hips stay over your knees. So you're going from side to side, making sure rather than doing it like this, you're keeping your hips over your knees. Good. Coming back to flat back. And we'll start cat-cow. So we'll start moving, getting some movement in the spine, and really kind of releasing any tension in the spine and giving it, making sure the spine stays healthy. So, as we inhale, we're kicking the tailbone out, dropping the chest down and looking up. Really feeling the stretch, the base of your spine. And then as you exhale, you're rounding the spine. Really tilting the pelvis to the other way, tucking the chin in, tucking your bottom in. And then we're going to inhale. Nice, slow, with the breath. Inhale, take it back up again. And exhale, round the spine, tucking everything in. Inhale, rise up, kicking the tailbone out, looking up. And exhale, round the spine. A couple more. Inhale, up. And exhale, round the spine. One more. Inhale, up. And exhale, round. Good. Come back to a flat back. So from here we're going to go up to a downward dog. So just tuck your toes under. And ever so slightly raise yourself up, bottom in the air, like you just don't care. And set your downward dog. Make sure your feet are hip width apart. Legs are straight at this stage. You can pedal the legs just to straighten one leg out and then the other. And make sure that you're looking at your knees. You're looking at your navel if you can, thereby keeping your back straight. Pushing your chest towards your thighs, even while you're pedaling. And then straighten both legs, and then see if you can come up onto your toes, and then back down. Roll back down with your heels down, and then roll back up onto your toes, high as you can, and then roll back down, trying to get your ankles down. Again, rolling back up to the toes, rolling back down to the ankles. Good. Couple more breaths here. You can bend your knees, kick the tailbone out, taking your chest to your thighs. Nice straight back. Feel the stretch between your shoulder blades. Good. Bring your knees back down to the mat. Flatten the toes. We're going to bring the ankles together, take the knees nice and wide, bottom over your heels, even if you want to put something under your bottom. If you can't get your bottom on your heels, you just pad it out with some cushions. Arms nice and straight in front of you, and then we're going to just take it down. Take the chest down, the head down, and breathe. Breathe into this extended child's pose, making sure that your arms are nice and straight. You're caterpillaring your fingers up the mat, so you feel a little bit more of a stretch through the arms. 2 more breaths. Good. Bring yourself back up to all fours. Bring the knees back in so that they're under your hips. Good. We're just going to scoosh the legs back so that we come down onto our tummy. So you're just levering yourself down onto the tummy and into Sphinx pose. So just making sure that you're on your forearms and your elbows are under your shoulders. And we're just going to push the chest forward. Push the chest forward and down so you get a gentle back bend. You're feeling it in your back and then looking up. Good. Now I want to invite you to take yourself all the way down to the floor, but take your hands down by your chest. Chin on the mat. And we're going to raise up and then come back down again. We're just going to do a few of these. So inhale, as you exhale, come up. Inhale down. Exhale up. Couple more. And down. Good. Now staying down here, take your hands behind you and clasp them. Your chin is on the mat. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and see if you can raise your arms up. If that's enough for you, just bring your chin up slightly off the mat, and if that's enough for you, then stay there. If you want to go a little bit further, you can just bring your torso as much as you can, your chest off the mat. Holding it there. Really stretch down through the toes. Point your toes, stretch down through the legs. Make your legs active. Push your hips down into the mat. Squeeze the glutes. Engage your core, engage your glutes. Holding it there. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Good. Bring your hands back down to where your chest is, under your shoulders. Push yourself back up to all fours, bringing the knees forward. You're on all fours. Again, ankles together, knees wide, go back into a child's pose. So, arms extended, taking the bottom over your heels, taking your chest down to the mat and head. And take a few breaths here. Good. Come back up to all fours. Bring the knees back in. Okay, so we're just going to bring the left knee or left foot as far forward as you can. So just ease that left foot as far forward towards the short edge, front short edge of the mat. Now we want to go as far forward as we can. So because we're going to slide those hips down and forward. Okay, that's the first step. So if you're happy there, take a couple of breaths there. If it's too much of you, just ease out of the just ease the hips back a bit. See if you can come up so that your back is straight. Hands on both the left knee, both hands on the left knee. And looking forward, making sure that your torso and your hips are straight. Your body stacked over your hips and your body is straight forward to the front edge of your mat. Feel it in your right hip. If you want a little extra, you can bring your arms up and hold it there, stretching through your arms, stretching through your spine, and breathing. We're now going to go into a runner's lunge. So taking the hands down to the floor, you're going to ease the hips back, straightening this left leg. The toes need to come back up. And the heel is on the mat, straight leg, bending over that left leg, feeling it down through the back of that leg. The hamstring stretch is quite an intense stretch, so just go as far as you can. If you need to ease out, you can. Taking a few breaths there. Good, we're going to ease forward. Just slightly, just enough so that we can take the left foot back, coming into all fours again. We're going to do the other side. So, the right foot is going to be flung as far forward as possible. And you're going to ease and shift those hips forward, taking them down as well. A couple of breaths there with your hands on the mat. Good. We're going to come up so that the body is stacked over the hips. You can take the hips down a little bit further. If it's too much, you can just come up onto that knee. If you need padding on the knee, then just put a cushion under it or a blanket. Otherwise, nice straight back, stacked over the hips, hands on the knee. Or if you want the extra, you can rise your arms up, stretching up through the back and the arms, fingertips to the ceiling, looking forward, So as if someone's pulling you up from the fingertips, but gently easing the hips down. Engage the glutes, engage your core. And breathe. Good, you're taking your hands back down and then easing the hips back, so straightening the right leg, coming into straight right leg, taking the toes up, so you're just on the heel, hands on the mat and fold down just as far as you can over that right leg. Just finding the edge where you feel the stretch down through the back of that right leg. Breathe into the stretch, it's quite an intense one. So really keep the breath slow and regular and breathe into that stretch. Good, bringing yourself forward slightly so you can take your right foot back into all fours. So we're going to tuck the toes under again, go up to downward dog. Just have a couple of breaths in downward dog. So set your downward dog, straighten the back. Even if you have to bend your knees, you can again pedal those knees. And breathe. Kick the tailbone out up into the sky. Good. We're going to walk our feet towards, slowly and gently walk our feet with bent knees slowly towards our hands. Ever so slowly, you keep your knees bent when you can, when you feel able, and your knees are still bent. Your chest might be on your thighs, your hands are on the mat. When you're at this point, just take a sweep up. We're going to take a nice deep breath in and come up into standing. Palms together at the top. Look up at your palms. And as you exhale, take it down into your heart space. Good. So come in, just ease yourself to the front edge of your mat. We're just going to stand in mountain pose. So keeping the feet slightly apart. Mountain pose is a very grounding pose. So you're just pulling up from the thighs. You're pulling upwards through the ribs, through your chest, into your shoulders. The arms are down, but you're coming up through the neck, through the crown of your head, and up. Imagine someone's put a book, a very large book on your head. The neck needs to be long, the chin slightly tucked under, so that you're balancing this very heavy book on your head. And your bottom is tucked in, and you've engaged your core. Just take another big breath there. Nice deep breath in and a breath out. Good. So now I'm going to take the left foot and we're going to take a step back. Step back with the right leg, with the right knee bent. Good. Now you can make the distance between the both feet longer if you want to, because it's all about taking the hips down. Try to make it so that both feet face towards the front edge of your mat. If that's too difficult because of balance, you can ease that leg, the left foot around a bit. But it's easier on the calf muscle if you have both feet facing. If you need to hold on to something, you can, or a chair next to you, or the wall, then fine. But just make sure, be mindful that your back, your torso is stacked over your hips, so you're not leaning forward. It's completely straight, and you're just easing the hips down. You're not easing that way, you're easing down. Good. And then we can raise the arms up on the inhale. And as you exhale, you might want to ease the hips down a bit more. Holding it there. Holding it there. Nice deep breaths. the stomach muscles in, engaging that core. Good. Okay, another breath there, one more breath. It's a nice strong pose. Good, we're bringing the hands down, we're straightening both legs. We're going to bring both legs to face the long edge of the mat. Both toes facing the front edge. Good. Taking our hands to our hips. We're going to breathe in, take a nice deep breath in. And as we exhale, you're hinging at the hips, kicking the tailbone outwards, coming down to a flat back. All the way down to a flat back, holding your hands where they are. Holding it there, again, feeling the stretch down through the inside of your legs. Good. See if we can take our hands behind us, clasping the hands and then dropping the rest of yourself down and the arms back. If the arms, clasping the arms, taking them backwards is too hard, take them back to your hips. Good. We're going to just drop the hands down to the floor and hold it there, letting your head relax and the back of your neck relax. And then gently start to ease up. You're going to uncurl your spine, vertebra by vertebra, coming up to standing. Okay, this time we're going to turn around the other way. So the left knee is now bent. Again, you're facing the back end of your mat, the short back end of your mat. Both feet are facing the same way, and your body is stacked over your hips. So if your both feet are facing the same way, you should not really be able to keep the straight leg, ankle of the straight leg down. If your knee is bent, the knee should be over the ankle, not aft of it. So, making sure that the body is facing over, or facing, towards the back edge of the mat. The body is nice and straight stacked over the hips. Keeping it there, keeping your balance. Breathe in, bring your arms up. Stretching up, and as you exhale, just ease the hips down a little bit further. Holding it there and breathing. Breathe into your chest, your arms, your hips, your legs. Let the breath swirl around. Keep it breathing, keep it going, keep your balance. If you're finding the balance hard to maintain, just ease that right foot around a bit. Keep the core engaged, the glutes engaged. One more breath. And then taking the arms down, straightening both legs, coming to the front again. So this time both feet are facing the long edge of the mat, both legs are straight. We're going to breathe in, bring our arms up, float our arms up to shoulder level. And we're just going to literally reach forward, reach sideways, and then reach sideways again, and then back. Bring our arms up, palms together, and bring your arms down into your heart space. And then we're taking in one more time, taking our hands, our fingers to our hip joints, breathing in. As you exhale, hinge again at the hips, coming down to flat back. In fact, this time you could just take your arms down, float yourself down, curve your spine, and just relax down there. Good. We're going to just ease ourselves back up, uncurling our spine, back up to centre, bringing our feet together, and easing down onto our mats. So sitting on our sit bones with our legs out in front, nice active legs, flex the toes in, looking forward, breathe in, bring our arms up, floating upwards, and as we exhale, just come down and forward as far as you can, holding onto your toes or wherever you can, whether it's your ankles, whether it's anywhere apart onto your legs. Just see where your arms rest and breathe. And feel the stretch down through the back of the legs, lengthening through the hamstrings. If you want a little extra, you can just bring yourself up on the inhale. And on the exhale, take it down a bit further. Find your edge, ease into that edge, and breathe. Good, just take one more breath there. And start to ease gently back up. So we're going to just do a butterfly end with a slight butterfly. So take your the soles of your feet together, kick the tailbone out. Again, if you need to sit on a cushion, you can. Because it's important to have a straight back when we fold forward. So rather than take well, let's start by just taking our feet as far in towards our bodies, in towards the groin as you can. And you might find that you only can hold on to your ankles. If you can hold on to your feet, then that's good too. But the important thing is to rise up through the spine and make sure that the spine is nice and straight, the back is straight, the shoulders are back and down, rather than slump, because we're going to fold down and curve the spine in a minute. And just bounce the knees. Really feel the stretch and the opening of the hips occurring. Be mindful, or just observe where you can feel the stretch. Just engage the core while you rise up through the spine. Good. And then just take your feet slightly, about a foot and a half away from your body. And again, holding onto your feet, all your ankles, wherever you feel comfortable. Just straighten the back. Take a breath in, nice deep breath in. Kicking the tailbone out, and as you exhale, just fold down, just as far as you can go, using the hands as leverage. Hands on, using your hands on your feet as leverage and pulling you down. Go down as far as is comfortable and breathe into the stretch. Breathe into your hips, the area around the hips and the groin that is feeling the stretch. And holding it there for a few more breaths. Just take one more breath there. And start to ease back up. And then from there we're going to just come down onto the mat. Lying down, all the way down, bringing your knees to your chest. Hug your knees, really hug them into your chest. You can bring your chin to your knees. And then we're going to take it back, take your arms nice and wide, and have a little bit of a twist. So taking the knees down to the left and looking over to your right with the arms nice and wide. Try to make sure that both shoulder blades are on the mat. And breathe. back to centre and your head. Then take your knees down to the right and look over to the left. Good, bringing yourself back down and then extending the legs out in front of you, bringing your arms down beside you. Just let your legs and your knees relax out to the side, your knees, your ankles, your arms, just relax everything out to the side. And I'm just going to invite you just to let your breath settle. Just for a moment or two, we're going to take a couple of deep breaths in a minute, Tibetan cleansing breaths, just to relax and let the air out. So taking a nice deep breath in, fill your lungs up. And HA out. Let it go, let yourself hear the breath, exhale. So again, inhale, take a nice deep breath, fill the lungs up. And HA out. And again, deep breath in. And HA out. Good. And just let your eyes close and let your body relax. Relaxing from your toes, your ankles, the soles of your feet, up through your legs, your calf muscles, your shins, your knees, your thighs, into your pelvis, your hips. Let your stomach muscles be soft, relaxing your spine, the muscles in your back. Let any tension be released from your chest, your shoulders, relaxing down through your arms, into your hands and fingers, the back of your neck, your throat. Relax your jaw, your chin, your cheeks. Relaxing your eyes, your eyelids, eyebrows and your forehead, the top of your head. And allow a flow of relaxation from the top of your head, through your body to your toes.